Welcome to Exceptional and Unfiltered. We're Alysha, Melissa, and Teresa, three moms living the real, messy, beautiful life of raising kids with special needs. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
Thank you. How we came in and, dragging all of our stuff and trying to get here on time.
And can somebody get that coffee?
Yes, we're like, that was even in the group text, like whoever's there first, start the coffee.
Yeah.
Start the coffee. It's been a week.
It was a struggle bus
Yeah.
type of situation today.
Yeah.
Well, maybe every day.
Yeah,
can't
as
make
opposed to when. Like, when is it not? that we're on the
I'm driving the struggle bus.
Yeah. Put your seatbelt on. Put your seatbelt on.
Yes.
At least, like, after, like, this crazy week that it's been, like, today's episode is light and it's going to feel good. And
Good.
talking about
We
the
need
good.
it.
We need it.
We need it. And we
Yeah.
deserve it. Like,
Yeah.
We deserve it.
Yeah.
We do. We do deserve time to, like, sit back and say, all right, we don't have to be focused on the next task or focused on the appointments that need to be scheduled or the program we need to try to help develop.
Where can I fit this in
Yeah.
to my schedule?
Let's take a minute and reflect on, like, just the good.
Mm-hmm.
And we do talk a lot, like, we're not the Pinterest version at all, but we do talk a lot about, like, those hard moments and the hard things that we don't get to do either.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, like, I get annoyed when it's just like, oh, it's all sunshine, rainbows, and bubbles and butterflies, having a child with special needs. I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
But so then I almost get a little bit like, no, it's hard. I want to talk about the hard things, but then you can get so into that. I can't figure out what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
can be so in that hard mode.
Yeah. I can see that, but I think I do the reverse of that. I keep it so, I downplay it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
not
I've
here
done that.
because this is like
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah.
of a different space, but like I think I downplay it a lot and focus more on, oh, it's fine. I can do that. I told you before many times, I'm fine.
It's fine. Everything's
No.
fine.
Yeah.
Fire in the
But I-
background.
yeah.
Everything's fine.
But there are a lot of positive things. There really are, and I think one of the biggest things is I believe our kids teach us how to be better people.
Oh, so
1000%.
true.
I think that I sincerely believe Zach came into my life to change me in a much better way. You lose a lot of selfishness.
Mhm.
It's obliterated.
Yeah.
What is selfishness?
What is that?
Yeah.
And I even find myself in other people that are not in the same position. I'm like, I'm hard to understand. Like, and not that they're being selfish, but that they can do that.
Yeah.
They can maybe think more about themselves than the people that are in our community.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just it's hard to understand, but I think it's definitely a positive thing how they've changed us. I think that it helps me as a teacher to relate to my students better.
Oh, that's a good point.
Where Zachary is, he'll always kind of be like a kid at heart.
Yeah.
And I can communicate with that person. I can
Yeah.
communicate with that type of person, those kids that I'm teaching, and I think it's helped me with that.
And without that experience of, really a forced experience, of having a child with special needs, and like Zach, like, then you wouldn't have had maybe that insight and be able to
I
relate.
don't think that I would. I think that if I did, I might have lost it over time as he grew up. Because you change with your child.
Yeah, and it's not present in
Yeah.
your life every day, teaching you constantly.
Absolutely.
When you say understand the kids too, I think there's probably a lot of beauty too with the parents.
Absolutely.
Because they probably see you and say, she understands,
Yeah.
she gets it, and I'm sure you understand, and that kind of,
Yeah.
you handle them more with care than what,
I
maybe
do try
somebody.
to. I do, and I'm such a fixer, and I want to help people. So if they ask me something, I'm going to look. If I don't know, buddy, I'm going to look because and try to find out, because I understand needing that help and wanting that help. And
Well, and probably same for them, but and for us, but like, I'm Riker's person. I'm sure you're Zach's, and I'm sure you're Noah's, And sometimes that can feel hard, like, yes, I know that I'm his person, but I wish he didn't need me all the time. Or, you can look at a negative side of that. But then, man, there's such a beautiful side to that, to know that he loves me more than anything in the world and completely unconditionally. And it doesn't matter what I achieved, how I look, thank God. Like, he's, none of that matters. Like, he puts his little hand on my face and snuggles up to me.
And the world is just.
It just melts me. It just melts me because he's like my safe person too.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel exactly the same way.
Yeah.
Like he grounds me.
Mm-hmm.
When my day is rough, I know that Zach is going to be Zach,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a constant, and that's grounding for me.
I see that. I understand that completely. And like you kind of know what to expect. And they just want you there, kind of like we talked about before, and like Zach when he goes to different things, like like bowling, he's not as interested in those pins knocking down, but he just wants to be there.
Just wants to be there.
That's how they feel about us too.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like what all are we doing for them. Mom, did you do enough for me today?
Yeah.
Did you save the world today? Did you do this? Did you do this? Like they just want us. Like we are their person. And that is very beautiful to know that you can be that for somebody.
That you've been entrusted to care for someone else. That's a gift.
It really is.
You know, that you can provide that care to them and just make them more successful and just take care of them. I mean, it's beautiful.
You're bonded at such a deep level.
Yeah. I think we had talked about that bond and being nonverbal or only somewhat verbal. Zach is somewhat verbal, but it's not like we can sit and talk about our thoughts and
Same
emotions.
with Riker, yeah.
It's just like, make me a pizza.
I need the hot spot.
Yes, please.
Dr. Pepper.
It's
Dr.
like
Pepper.
Dr. Pepper, honey bun.
Yeah.
So, but we know them so well, and I feel like in return they know us so well. Like if they move an eyebrow, we know what that means.
Yep.
You know, can I get you a drink of water?
Or they can feel what you're feeling.
Yeah.
You know, so that helps us too. They're like our emotional regulators.
Yeah.
You know, if you're getting anxious and you're getting all worried, like, and you can see that change, their behavior change because you're maybe not even like noticeably reacting or changing, but they feel it. So then you're like,
very intuitive.
all right, I'm going to get myself together. I'm going to calm myself down. I'm going to look at this. This is not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
You know, they have a way of making us better and self-regulate and just even value like the small things over the big things.
Oh, man.
You know?
We were talking about that earlier about how if something really kind of harsh happens in your day, you can always be like, there's worse.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
worse.
When you can never give up. When you see everything they go through and how resilient they are. I mean, how could we ever let minor things in our day get us down?
That's a great
You keep
perspective.
going, you know.
Yeah.
There's,
and especially
everything's easy usually that we go through and just
Compared
seeing
to
what
them.
they go,
Yeah.
I think it makes you stronger just watching them. So it makes us stronger too as human beings.
You know, and I think because they're so authentic. Like I think that is probably the most wonderful thing to me. Is like looking at our kids and knowing that there's no show. They are truly who they are to their core. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Like all of us put on to an extent.
Absolutely.
You know, but not them.
No.
Not our kids.
No.
They're who they are and they love you unconditionally. They don't care about your race or your background or what happened yesterday. Like it's just you today. That's what they love and that's what they care about. And my gosh, like
And they don't
is
judge.
there is there anything more pure?
I have the poorest sense of direction in the world. Like I can be somewhere many times and still go
I'm
the wrong
directionally
way.
challenged as well.
And he helps me with that. He'll be like, you know, pointing
that's
which
funny.
way. I'm like, which way is this? And he'll go,
That's
you know,
great.
Point.
That
It does
is.
help. He's not directionally challenged. But when I am, he does not judge me because I know if somebody else was riding in the car with me, they'd be like, "My gosh,
Teresa, we've been here 500
We
times.
literally live in this town."
Yeah.
That is funny. And I think another beautiful thing, too, like you were talking about being nonverbal, if you would have asked me 21 years ago if I would ever be able to love someone with my whole heart, my whole soul, that's never spoke a word to me,
Yeah.
I mean, I would have never imagined that because I'm so used to, like, that's how you show love. You tell each other you love each other. You do acts and, you know, but just to know that you would do anything for a person and that they also love you with their whole heart but could never tell you that. And you know, they know your mom. They've never called you mom, but you know that. And how beautiful is that?
That is beautiful.
Getting me choked up. Just thinking about that, you know, that's really powerful, Melissa. You know,
It is.
that's really powerful. And there's so much that they teach us and that they make us better just because of their existence. And I think we probably could look at all of our journeys. I keep saying that word, like journey, but I don't know
It
what
really
else to
is
use.
a
Yeah, it is a journey. Yeah.
Yeah, but at different phases, we have not always been positive.
Yeah.
You know, the good has
No.
not mattered
I
that
think
much
it's
at
because
certain
we
times.
were surviving.
Yeah.
We're surviving, or we're in an angry phase,
Yeah.
or like, you know, there was a time when like Riker had a lot of behavioral issues, like hitting, biting, wouldn't let me talk on the phone, you know, lots of things going on, and somebody would say, well, you know, you're his person. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to be. You know, like it's aggravating that I'm his person. Like, and I didn't have that the way that I feel right now. But like I said before, like he puts his hand on my face, or like yesterday he had to have a procedure done. He was very scared, and it was really hard on him. But to know that I was the one in the room that he needed and that he trusted, and so I could look at him like, I've got you, and he trusted that. And I'm so thankful that I can be that person for anybody. You know?
That is really special.
Yeah.
We had a similar experience. Zach's scared of shots, and it used to be as soon as they'd wipe the alcohol on, he'd take off running down the hallway.
Oh,
to
gosh.
the doctor's office. But he's gotten so. That's another thing I admire about him, and I'll come back to the shot thing. But even when he's scared, he'll do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not like that.
That's so true.
Even when he's scared, he'll do it. That's bravery.
That's bravery.
But with the shot, kind of going back to your story, he loves the song Country Road. So I just held him and I was just whisper singing it to him. And I could see he kind of we were just bonding.
Yeah.
And the shot was done during that time and it was over and we were fine. And I feel like that'll, help in the future with other ones. Because that was the farthest
But
we've
that
gone.
bond brought both of you through that moment.
Yeah.
You know, that's hard for you too.
Yeah.
It's hard for me yesterday, just like, man, I wish he just didn't have to go through this stuff, you know? But then you're just like, I can't believe that on the episode that is like, we're on the good.
What are we doing?
And I know, and I'm like just ready to go. Like, I'm like, hold it back. The floodgates are going to open.
But good is emotional too.
Yeah.
Good
is. It's happy tears.
Yeah.
It's appreciation.
It really is
gratitude.
Appreciation for like the human that they are and the human that you get to be.
Yes.
You get to be this human because of them. Like, who would we have been without them? Maybe there would have been easier things, you know.
Yeah.
But we talked in our identity episode, you know, that we are proud of who we are because of how they have changed us.
And we
you
can
know?
thank them for
and
that.
we can thank them, their pain, their issues, the things that they have gone through made us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's 1,000% made me a better person. I say a better attorney too. Like when I did special education, like you were talking about being a special education teacher, he kind of guided that journey for me. Yeah. And so and it just made me, I always felt like I could relate so much more because I understood what families were going through. And just not even, somebody that's special need, but just when people, are sad or feel pain or feel anxiety or feel stress, like just knowing the emotions that we carry too, I think that makes us, have more empathy toward other people too that aren't even special need parents.
Absolutely.
And I think it helps us because our kids are so truly just good. They are the good. Yeah. They are the good in this world because they're good to their core. But they help us, I think, too, to see the good in other people. Yeah. I'm really not one to hold a grudge. I mean, there's a couple, but like, I'm really not one to hold a grudge or like really even dislike people in general. Like I might get aggravated about something or whatever, but like in general, I pretty much like something about everybody. And, you kind of focus on the good because there's good in just about everybody. Yeah. I'll say just about, just so people don't come after us. Like, no, not my ex or not my whatever. I'm just saying for the most part. For the most part, there's good in everyone. But we get to see that. And honestly, we don't have the time or energy to focus on anything else. We're just like, maybe that was a bad day.
I think our kids are good detectors of good humans, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because you can tell by their behaviors, and it doesn't take words. Yeah. You can tell by facial expressions, body language, how they feel about that person. Not that they'll be mean or ugly or anything like that, but you just can get a feel for it, and you're like, he's sensing something.
He's sensing something. I'm going to maybe keep my distance. And nothing lights us up than seeing our kids get excited about something. Yeah. Just watching Noah the other day at volleyball.
That was great.
Oh my God.
He wanted to be there with us. Like he was making sure took his little wheelchair.
He was
And
awesome.
pulled it out there and like wheeled it and scooted it all the way out to
Yeah,
the
so
court.
Full participant.
He
So
was.
for the listeners, we were at a volleyball game,
Yes,
and
for
the
special abilities,
for special abilities, and our team, several of our members with the Special Needs Collaborative, our local organization here, we played
Poorly.
poorly.
Do you call it play?
What would you
Yeah.
call that? We participated.
Yeah.
We would have gotten a participation ribbon,
Yes.
not a trophy.
Yeah.
And
For that
bless your
effort.
heart.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and a bless your heart. They tried their best. Yeah, that's what we'd have
I had
gotten.
no idea that sport was so hard.
I mean, right? I was like,
They
this is
whooped
a
us.
lot. They
Yeah.
whooped us. That was a lot of effort,
Yeah.
but it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
But Noah, I mean, he was taking his wheelchair and like using his
Moving
body
that
to
Yeah.
scoot up.
Yeah.
He wanted to be involved.
Yeah.
And that there was no better feeling
Yeah.
than watching Noah enjoy himself. And all of the other kids there, or adults there that were playing with special abilities and just the different things that they did. I had a hard day at work that day. And just a lot of things going on. I think I'd even called you that day because I was like fired up about something. And but then after I left there, it was just my whole mood was better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just the way they cheered and supported each
other,
Like
yeah.
the videos we have, you can hear even the other players on the other team and all of you guys saying, "Go Noah!" And like I
Yes.
say that because I'm like,
And
I'm
it is
never
a
going to forget that.
Yeah,
genuine
that's the best part.
thrill for him.
Yes.
We
Yes.
were truly that thrilled. Everyone was.
Yeah.
for
Everyone,
him.
both sides of the team. You
Yes.
know,
Both
whether you had
sides.
special needs or whether you didn't. Like everybody was so excited
Cheering,
for
yeah.
everybody
I
and
think it
cheering
touched
for
a
Noah
lot
too.
of people, and even when it was on Facebook,
Mhm.
I think that opened up a lot of people that maybe have children that are like Noah, or
Yeah.
adult children even that are like Noah, to like, oh, okay,
He can
we
participate
can
too.
do this,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I thought that was really
Yeah.
special. He
Yeah.
really opened doors
Yeah.
for people.
I think
did,
so too,
yeah.
and you should be proud of that as
Yeah,
a
I am
mom.
proud.
Yeah.
You know,
And the way
good
he
job,
wanted to
Mom.
bond, I think too, you were not keeping him from his brother.
Oh
either.
gosh, their bond
Like once
is
his
amazing.
brother was out there, like I don't know if you've seen it, but he would watch his brother.
His whole demanner changes around his brother.
On the
to,
events,
like,
you can
"What's
tell
up,
when he's
bro?"
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's such a beautiful
Yeah.
picture. I think you took one. I took one of
Yeah.
Noah reaching up and holding.
Touch-
Oh
like you said,
gosh,
touching the face.
touching the
Yeah.
face like
Yeah.
it just like it's just
Yeah.
precious
Yeah.
But
and
that's the
pure,
most sincere thing.
Yeah.
isn't it? Just
It's
like
on your
just
face.
yeah.
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 But they just seeing Noah there and seeing how everybody helped each other and how excited nobody cared
No.
if you missed or did something that you might be embarrassed
Yeah.
of.
Throwing it over.
Oh
there.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
like however it gets over.
And
If it gets over,
Points
it's fine.
don't count.
Mm-mm.
Nothing.
And that's a
We're
beautiful
winging
thing
it.
too.
There are
That we're
no
talking about
rules.
all these great, beautiful things. Is that everybody thinks that we are out there playing them, but they are willing to play us.
Yeah,
Like,
you
we're
know
horrible.
that's a great point,
Yes.
and they are. And they're like, yeah, we'll take you on.
Yeah.
we got you.
Yeah.
They don't care.
I
And
think
I
They're
mean,
patient with us.
They probably
like,
threw
yeah.
a few bless your hearts our way.
They did.
They did.
when I was doing some smack talking,
Oh, man,
do
yeah.
it, but they loved it, and
They
they were
loved
like,
it.
They get it.
getting it and
so they
sending it
accept
right
us
back.
and all of our fault and how horrible we are.
They did, and they laughed and
Yeah.
had a good time.
It really makes me feel so much better if they like me, because they are such people detectors.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
And honest.
oh, good.
Yeah,
I'm so
no,
glad
oh,
they
good.
like
Yeah.
me.
Because if they don't,
Yeah,
then they'd be
you
like,
were
I'm like,
never-
oh man,
yeah.
You will know it probably too.
you
Oh,
will
yeah.
know it. They'll be like,
I'm not, I
Yeah.
kind of feel it'd be like, I'm not a fan of you, is what they
Yeah, yeah. Well, Noah, if he doesn't, like, you've seen it, he gives the eye rolls.
Yeah.
He's an eye roller. Like, he is
His
an
facial
eye roller.
expressions.
Yeah, he won't want anything to do with it. So it shocks me, like, you were talking about people, like, being affectionate and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I know there's been, like, maybe 3 or 4 people that are ever, like, in 20-some years that he's hugged. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I get jealous because he don't hug me. Like, so,
What makes you so special?
Yeah, but like you said, they can kind of sense who's supportive of it,
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
maybe he's hugged a lot of people when he's been at school and things that I'm
He
just
just don't
not
want you to
there.
know about it.
And
Yeah.
I don't know, he hides it.
He
from
doesn't
me.
want
He's
you to
gonna
Yeah,
say
it's
know.
not
hugging
cool to
life.
let your mom.
I'm
see
gonna
you.
mess with my mom today and hug all
And they
these
do
people.
that.
Yes, they do.
Well, I
They
didn't even
totally
know he
mess
could
with us.
walk. And he, I carried him around
Melissa.
forever. And then somebody
was
at school
playing you.
recorded him walking, and that's how I found out. Like I would have never
You were
known
like,
that he
That is
walked.
hilarious.
He's like, why did you provide my mom video evidence?
Yeah, I had a good thing going
God,
here.
She was carrying me everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Like I carried him till he was 8, and I think he had been walking for like 3 years.
Melissa, stop.
That might be my favorite thing.
You
Yeah.
never told
He's
us that. That's great.
He is sick. Yeah, he is a smart one.
I tell you what, Noah, I mean, he's something else.
He gets his way.
He played you,
knows,
girl.
I'm
he
getting to
does
know
all
him
the
a little
time.
bit better these days.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
very good.
You know, that's a good point too. Is the more that we've been around each other and we've had opportunities like to play in these different sports with each other or go to events together, I feel like I know Noah more and I know Zach more. And so my interaction with them is more real and more honest because it's true.
Because you actually,
I know them.
Yeah.
We
built a friendship.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
a friendship. Instead of like just being friendly.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. You know, like I'm like, hi Zach or hi Noah.
Yeah.
Now I'm
and
like,
they know
I
who
get
you
you.
are.
Yeah.
I'm starting to understand you more.
Yeah.
And so that's really important, and it's like building that connection over time, and it doesn't necessarily, it's not always immediate.
Yeah.
You know, like Riker is, we've talked about lots that he's a lover, you know, so his connection with you at first, I mean, you're going to know he loves you and that you're beautiful or that you stink. I don't know.
Yeah.
He'll tell you how he feels. But like a connection with him, like a real connection, that's going to take time too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know,
Well, I think I
knowing
can pick
what
on
he
Riker
likes.
now that I've developed that
Yes.
relationship
Yeah.
with him because he will hug
And
you,
that's
like
how
you said,
he
but
likes
now
to
I like
be,
to pick
that's
on
how
him.
he
Yeah.
likes to show his
Yeah.
love is
Yeah.
picking.
Yeah.
And Zach does too. I mean, underneath all the diagnoses and all that, they're just boys.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
are boys.
Yes, they
They're
are.
boys,
Uh-huh.
and they like to pick and pester. And Zach likes to form friendships with like coaches and stuff like. He'll call it guy time.
Oh.
He gets tired of mom and he needs guy time.
He needs guy
Or
time.
like he'll go to his dad because he needs guy time. He's over me and
Yeah.
he needs guy time. And I just think it's just interesting as they grow up to see how their needs change.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
What they're drawn to,
Uh-huh.
what makes them laugh, what
Yeah.
bothers them.
Yeah.
And that's, we've talked before about like finding your people, and you know, you guys are definitely my people. But like learning your kids has helped us to be kind of like a
It's
family
bonded
too.
us.
Yeah, we're their
You
people
know,
too.
we're
each other's boys' people
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know?
And if you don't know our kids, I've been told, somebody told me once, well, he'll train you. Like they'll train you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just sit back and watch.
Just
Like,
wait, they'll
Yeah.
train you. You'll learn how, for Zach, you'll learn what to buy at the store, how to
Yep.
prepare it, and no, he does not do these things himself. But
or
he will tell
he
you
can
how to
walk,
do
but he prefers not to. You know.
it. We're suckers. Is
Yes.
what
we are.
Oh, and like I know how to bribe Riker, you know, and y'all do too. Well, the more that y'all are around him too, it's like, okay, Riker, you're gonna get a Dr. Pepper if you get this, or you can pick on him and say, I'm gonna give you an ice cold bath. I'm gonna put ice cubes in it. He's like, no, and he's like perks up, you know. So you know how to mess with them
Yeah.
the more that you know them and make them smile.
Yeah.
And when they have that, it's so beautiful to step back and see other people have a connection
And enjoy that about them.
yeah, because
Yeah.
we feel it and we
Yeah.
know what that bond is like and how special it is to us. But there's something about watching it develop
Yeah.
with someone else.
Because they light up. I
Oh,
mean,
they do.
there is no denying when they're happy.
When they make
Their
a
whole
connection
body
with someone,
Changes.
I mean, it's just like,
Yeah.
it's really beautiful.
It is.
And to watch, to be able to witness it,
Yeah.
it's really beautiful. I love, speaking of Noah and his big impact that he had
Yes.
last week, the little girl, the coach's little daughter, Precious, too. She's got two precious little girls. And she was a little wary, and I get that because small kids have been wary of Zachary,
My
too.
nieces, they're
Yeah.
twins,
It's
they've
just
been
a thing.
scared of
Yeah.
Riker.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if, people please don't be offended by that.
It is
We-
what
I
is
was
what it
scared,
is.
like when I first
Yeah.
didn't know Noah's needs when he was even little. He's
Sure.
a child,
Of course.
and it's
Sure.
scary.
And
Like
when you're
yeah.
little and you don't know the
Yeah.
world, that's just
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
But by the time, after some time passed, Melissa had to take him outside because he was annoyed with us.
And this is in
He was
one
like, they're
setting.
horrible.
When you
They're
say like
awful.
time passed, like this is in one like 1 hour. We were there an hour, maybe
Yeah.
maybe an hour and
But
a
she
half.
studied him,
Yeah.
and when she took him outside, that little girl cried, wanting him back.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was
That was so
wonderful.
And
sweet.
at such an
Yeah,
early
that's sweet.
age for her to be around
Yeah.
people with special needs,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and to like, it's okay, take a moment. It's all right to be afraid, but then
Yeah.
you had people there reassuring her, and then by the end, she's shedding
Yeah.
tears because
Yeah.
she wants to be
And
near
we've
Noah.
always said that's what
That's
we
a
want
huge
with those
positive.
activities.
Huge.
Just a connection
Yeah.
to, be able to connect with other people, let them see who we are and let them get to know us. And so and I think those are why those events are just so great.
Yeah.
that
They
do
are.
that.
And some more good about raising a child like ours is just seeing how their impact on the world seeing how, like, we talk a lot about all the different things that we're doing in our community right now with our local organization, the Special Needs Club.
No.
When they are the change makers. We are just
We're just the boys.
yeah, we're the laborers.
We're the suckers
We're the
that are
yeah,
going around
they're
spreading the
management.
word.
One of my friends says management and laborers. Like they're management, we're the laborers.
Yeah,
You know,
you
so,
said that you're Zach's employee.
yeah,
Yes,
we're employees.
I'm like, Zachary, we're going to need more staff if this
Yeah.
goes up.
But
Because,
look at our community and look at the good and how we've talked about, like, no doors have been shut, which we might think, you know, before we started all this, you might think, well, people aren't going to go for this or people aren't going to buy in.
Not gonna
Yeah, they
understand.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
And that's really uplifting.
It
Yeah.
is.
To
It's
see.
a whole. I can't think of the word, but like we just thought it would be a whole different way.
I know I
Yeah.
did.
I
Yeah,
did too.
Yeah.
It's like a myth
And it was
debunked or
received
something.
with
I don't know.
open arms.
Yeah.
And that's another thing to be grateful
How can we
for.
do? Well,
Yeah.
right before this, we started recording this episode. I just got on Facebook for just a minute and saw where someone shared locally here that the skating rink is going to do a sensory night. And I mean, maybe this has happened before, but I don't know that it has. I've never heard of it if it has. But, and I'm not saying like giving credit to any organization or any person, but our community as a whole and all of the different things that we're shedding light on people with special needs in a positive way. You know, like how easy it is to include and highlighting people with different abilities. And so we just see these things popping up.
Yeah.
And I think it's the relationship, but we
is.
communicate what our needs are, and I think people have always wanted to do these things.
And they didn't
business,
know how.
then they didn't know how, and now once you start just coming to the table, everybody talks. I
In
think,
a
you know,
way, too, like the right way.
right.
We're coming to the table saying, like, this would be really cool
Yeah.
if we did
Yeah.
this.
I
You
think
know?
so. I think our kids would enjoy this.
Yeah.
I think this would be a fun for
Yeah.
them.
Instead of like from like a complaint approach is I wish there was more, or there should be more for children like our children, or you know they need to do this or they need to do that. Like we don't approach anything like that. We had none of us in this room had anything to do with the skating rink
No.
doing this.
No,
I don't
no,
know how that came about,
Bless
but that's
them.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
That's amazing. And so the more that we see that and we approach all this with a positive approach. Apparently I don't have great vocabulary today to use, but anyway, words, we're just going to repeat the same ones over and over. But anyway, yeah, like the more that we see that, the more that our community does naturally. And feel, I think, comfortable and confident in doing that.
Well,
you know?
I've actually had a person say, I like to communicate and talk, but I'm not sure what to say.
Yeah.
And that's completely
Yeah,
understandable.
that's legit.
You
Yeah.
know, and I think that just goes back to just getting to know them and getting to know their interests. And, you know, like Zach likes SpongeBob. If you want to talk to him about SpongeBob,
Sure.
he'll go for that.
Yeah.
Well, and we've talked
He's usually
before.
got one in his hand he can tell you about.
And we've talked before about just trying to not be easily offended, and I think that's something that we want out there through this podcast is like we're not going to be offended. We might, you know, have a conversation if something's like not so great, but like we're all learning together. Like talk to our kids, talk to us. Like we're not, our walls aren't up. You know, we're here to work together.
And maybe it's the phase we're in, but that's
Well, I think it
I
is
think
though.
so.
I don't think that I could have been like this several years ago. Just
I don't
like
think I could have.
yeah, like I was saying about
I've been here for a little while, but
Yeah.
Way back when.
way back when I
would've.
wasn't happy necessarily that I was Riker's person.
Right.
When that wasn't a compliment. You
When
know?
we talked in the early episodes of just, we had a lot of anger, a lot of guilt, so I think we were kind of living in those
We're just
emotions.
trying to figure it out.
Whereas now,
Yeah.
like you said, we're looking at the beauty thing. We're open and vocal to try to help other families about the hard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of been, we've processed it over the years, and
Yeah.
our emotions have changed. I think it's easier to talk about stuff now.
we don't have a
And
chip
we've
on our
grown.
shoulder
We've
as
grown.
much as we did when we
Yeah.
were younger too.
Yeah.
You know, and like dealing with
I
this.
think they helped us do that.
They
Yeah,
did.
I think so.
Gosh, they're just great.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are just great, and like they're
Maybe that's what it was. We needed them.
Yeah.
we needed
rather
them.
Than, I mean, I know they need us, but maybe we needed them more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe God was like, listen, these three are going to
These
turn out
three.
south. Like they're not going to. They're not going to be good.
They're
We're
going to be mean, bitter. They're going to complain all the time.
yeah. We need to give them Noah, Zach, and Riker.
They seem to have been misled.
Let me get them on the right track
Yes.
here. But yeah, like the joy that they have is it just spreads.
Yeah.
It spreads, and we have to take those moments and appreciate it. But Well, this was an emotional episode talking about the good that I didn't expect, but I feel like we really could talk a lot just on how good and how beautiful they are. And if anybody is listening right now and you're raising a child with special needs or anywhere that you're at in this journey, take a minute and really think about the good, because it's not just good for them, it's good for you, it's good for our whole community. And
celebrate yourself.
I was going to say celebrate that word.
Yeah. Keep reminding us of that. I need
celebrate.
that reminder myself.
Yeah. Celebrate each other and
our community.
And focus on
let's
the good.
celebrate our community because we're doing amazing things.
Oh
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And it's a group effort, and a lot of it, like you said, doesn't have anything to do with us.
Yeah. Spreads like wildfire. Yeah. You know,
that's great.
And I hope people will jump on and tell us, comment things that they're proud of today. So just even if you made it through the day, that's
congratulations. Yeah.
So please share, because we get positive feelings off of you guys too. Like when you share your stuff with us, it uplifts us too.
It does, and that's another way for us to be connected.
Yeah.
Lots of good today on the podcast.
And that's today's conversation.
If you feel seen, understood, or just a little less alone, share this podcast with someone who needs it too.
No judgment, no perfect answers, no pretending, just real talk.
We said what we said, and we'll keep talking.